Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to Nizzy's Sports Chat. I am your host, Nizzy, and in this video, we're going to be doing a little preview of the Raptors game tonight coming up against the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, obviously, guys, we're already out of the playoffs. We got eliminated after that loss to Memphis the other day. Basically, have our entire starting lineup out as well tonight. All our main guys are all out with injury or rest right now, so even though the playoffs aren't a chance anymore and we're not really playing for much at this point, I'm still excited to watch, mainly just to see what our young guns can come up with here. I really like some of the young core of this team, some of the rookies that we picked up in the draft. Malachi and Jalen Harris have been doing really well lately. Really like that signing of Freddie Gillespie. So I'm just more excited to see what these guys can do with a full opportunity here with having all of our starting lineup out. Obviously playing a good team in the Clippers, who are making a good playoff push this year, most likely, as long as they don't flub it up again and give away a 3-1 lead in the playoffs. So yeah, it's going to be a good test of wits here, you guys, just to see what our young core can manage and how they hold up against a playoff team. That's pretty much why I'm excited to watch the game. I just want to see how Malachi and Jalen Harris handle themselves, Freddie Gillespie, Gary Trent Jr., guys like that. I want to see how they can step up and see what they can accomplish here with a little more minutes on the floor and being kind of the main guys, the main targets in the action there. So, because we have, man, so many dudes out. Lowry's out, Rodney Hood is out, Fred VanVleet is out, Paul Watson's out, Siakam's out, OG's out, Boucher. Shockingly, Boucher's a game-time decision. Personally, I'd sit the guy the rest of the year because he did have a sprained knee, and I just don't see the point in risking further injury of that knee when we're playing for nothing. We're literally playing for nothing right now other than just to finish off the season and maybe solidify a couple roster spots next year, depending on how guys perform. Obviously, with the likes of like Stanley Johnson, Bembry, guys like that, we kind of know what they are. They're not really... they're bottom end of the rotation guys, in my opinion. I don't think those guys should be getting lots of minutes, if anything, next year. I believe Stanley Johnson's contract is done after this season. So I'd be very surprised if we bring Stanley Johnson back. I think Bembry's still signed next year. So I think they'll probably bring him back. There's a little bit more upside and potential with him. But Stanley Johnson, I highly doubt that he'll be coming back. We've had him in our system for a couple of years and haven't really seen any changes. But the young guns, man, Jalen Harris and Malachi Flynn, I'm super excited to watch these guys get an opportunity tonight. I would hope both of them are starting. I'm thinking Jalen Harris is probably going to come off the bench. But you could end up running a starting rotation where you throw him in the shooting guard slot and have Gary Trent run the small forward position. I think they're both around 6'5". So it wouldn't be a bad option for us there if we wanted to run a little bit of a small ball lineup, and then maybe you could even try Kem Birch and Freddie Gillespie at that 4 and 5 slot if you just want to kind of counteract, if you want to run some smaller guys on the back end. But we'll see what happens with the starting lineups here tonight. I'm sure Malachi is going to be the starting point guard. I would assume Gary Trent will be your shooting guard. Small forward. They might even put in Yuta, actually, now that I think about it. They'll probably start Yuta Watanabe at the small forward slot or power forward, one of those two. I think he'll probably be starting tonight. And then maybe they'll sneak in Bembry or something in at that small forward, or Jalen Harris. Who knows what they decide to do with that. Obviously, Kem Birch will be the starting center. I would like to see Gillespie get some good minutes tonight. He had a nice little game against Memphis with 6 points and 8 boards. It'd be nice to see him he had 20 minutes that game. I'd like to see him have a nice kind of starter minute night where he gets a 30-minute night out there just to see what he can really do. But we'll see what happens with the starting lineups and the rotations, how Nick Nurse decides to run things with a shortened bench. I'm assuming the guys are going to get a lot of run time tonight. Malachi's probably going to get 35 minutes or so, which should be good for him. He had a nice game, too, against Memphis there. 15 points, 7 boards, 3 assists, and a steal in 25 minutes. So pretty nice production from him against Memphis. I'd like to see him take another step tonight with a little more minutes against the Clippers. I don't want to see us fold. I want to see us go all in on this, you guys, just to see some of that character and some of that heart and hustle that our rookie players have and see what they can bring to the table against a playoff team without any of our starters in the lineup tonight. So pretty excited just to see how they end up playing and how they do against a better team. Same with Jalen Harris. I've been really impressed with this guy since he's been getting some more time on the floor lately. I think he's going to be a nice addition to our team next season after having 1 year under his belt, being able to get a full off season within the program, as well as maybe getting some time at the Vegas Summer League tournament if that thing is a go this year. So I really hope they do have the Vegas Summer League tournament this year. It just really helps out all of our young guys, just being able to get a little more floor time and just get used to playing with each other. So we'll see what happens with all that. But yeah, Jalen Harris had a really nice game against Memphis as well, with 16 points, 6 boards, 4 assists, and a steal. So nice production. He played 30 minutes as well, so they're starting to give him a little more minutes on the floor. I would expect him to have probably another 30 tonight. See what he can do. I would really like to see these guys go off. I think he's got that potential to be a guy that can put up 30 for you if you need it. So not every single night, but it seems like Jalen Harris is one of those pure scorer kind of guys. He kind of reminds me of Gary Trent a little bit that way, where he can really get a lot of buckets off of tough shots or things that are just kind of end of the shot clock. You got to make something happen. I feel like Jalen Harris is one of those guys that can get it done for us that way. I think he's a guy who can probably average pretty nice points for us in the league for years to come, maybe be a 15, 20 point per game guy, especially if he continues to progress within our system here. But so far, I've really liked what I've seen from the guy. I really liked what I've seen from Malachi and Freddie Gillespie as well, Kem Birch. I think those guys are all nice core pieces that we can have on our team again next year. And then see what happens from there, man. I don't know if Lowry's going to be back. I would be surprised if Lowry's back next year. I think he's probably going to do a sign and trade maybe to Philly or Miami. And we might get like a pick or some, just some bench depth in return for Lowry there. That's what I'm hoping happens this summer, but he could just end up heading directly into free agency and signing without doing the sign and trade. We'll have to see what happens with that. But nonetheless, you guys, should be an exciting game. We get to see what all the young guns can do, see if they can manage against a better team here. But nonetheless, should be an exciting game. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. You think one of our rookies can go off tonight on the Clippers here? You think we can maybe manage to pull out the dub as the underdogs here? But we'll see what happens, you guys. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments section down below. And once again, this is Nizzy with Nizzy Sports Chat signing off, and thank you guys for watching. Peace.